A colorful painting of a woman wearing a shirt saying ABLE while holding a paint palette with each of the represented disabilities.
She said she was doing a palette, so I kind of got an idea that that was coming, but the whole thing together with she never said anything about the ABLE on the shirt that I recall. Maybe she did, but it didn't hit me until I saw it. And when I saw it, I was like, wow, that's powerful. That
Logo
is,
appears, Blind Dance Film Festival.
It's just powerful.
Movie title, ABLE Artists.
My name is Karen Walker, and I am, I guess you would say I'm the founder of the ABLE Artist Gallery and the president. We do have a board.
Yeah, I like it there too.
My daughter Lauren has Asperger's, and she's always loved art. Art has been a huge part of her life since forever. Even when she was itty bitty, she was making art out of whatever item she could find in the house. She would find toothpicks and string and whatever. She would just create.
My name is Lauren Walker. I'm the co-founder of ABLE Artist Gallery and the manager. I'm a Lichtenberg or fractal burn, same thing, artist that fractal burns on wood.
Especially for people with disabilities, it's a way for them to express themselves. A lot of times people, they discount people with disabilities, and a lot of times they're unable to get their wonderful talents shown in galleries, often because of their communication skills that they have, or people just won't give them a chance.
I electrocute wood like a zigzaggy line. An hour to 2 hours and I'm paralyzed at that point. And this is why I need to actually focus. Because it can jump if I move it off its little pedestal. Yeah. That one actually burned pretty cool.
Really cool.
Even though I kind of jumped it. But I kept it on, thank gosh.
It makes me feel, when I hear people talk to Lauren about her art, and I go, wow, this is great.
So this gallery is for people with disabilities.
And I glance over and I can just see her lighting up and just like, ah.
Every artist in here has a disability of some way, shape, or form. Want to know something even better? See all this over here?
Very pretty.
That's what I made. And most of it glows in the dark.
It's gorgeous.
Warms my heart. I mean, that was really part of the reason we did it in the first place. And then it just has turned into something even bigger. But that's what I was hoping to create originally when we first planned it. Other people to be able to experience the same thing too. So I'm just hoping we can do that for more artists as well.
I put glow-in-the-dark resin, paint, or glitter in it into the cracks. I have 3 of them. You want to see the other ones? Let's go into the light again so you can actually see the grain.
She started doing this fractal burning, and that's what sort of led me to want to create a space for her to be able to display her art. And then when I went looking for a space to display her art, I wanted to do it at the Art District of Tallahassee in the Railroad Square Art District, because that's sort of where all the art scene is. And when I went to them, they said, the only place we have for rent is this place that's 2,000 square feet. And I went, oh, that's okay. We'll go ahead and rent that, and we'll just bring on more people, and we'll be able to have more than just Lauren and a few people. We'll make it bigger, and we'll try and give even more people opportunities to show their art. And that's sort of how it just came to be.
This is the Railroad Square Art District, and where else would be a better place to put an art gallery than in an art district? And this, especially this art district, it's so accepting of everybody. I just thought it'd be the ideal place to open a gallery that is accepting of everybody. Yeah, that's my building right there.
And I am the property manager for Railroad Square. Lillian Finn, that's F-I-N-N. It's an interesting job. It is property management, and I love the artistic intelligence of artists. They can be a little complicated to work with, which I fully accept. So that part of it is fun, but every day is a challenge, honestly. So like anything in life.
I love this area so much, and it is so accepting, and that it is an art district. This is why I wanted to be here.
To me, surrounded by artists all day, an artist is an artist, no matter what their modality is, as far as how they approach the work. We are flexible with everybody because artists comes in different shapes and sizes regardless. So I don't look at somebody and say, oh, that person is blind or handicapped or autistic or whatever. I look at what is in their heart and soul and their mind and what they bring to the world of art.
It exceeded expectations. It is. I had no idea that the people that manage it and run it and own it are just continually trying to help publicize what we're doing.
Karen's vision of accessibility to artists who have some sort of disadvantage, being blindness or autism or, whatever that would be, wheelchair bound, so that they could actually have a gallery of their own, limited competition from other artists that have all kinds of benefits. This is their gallery. And I just thought it was fantastic.
For the most part, all the galleries really support each other. That everyone comes out and they visit each other, and they're so supportive, and it's really, really nice.
Until we learn to accept people for who they are, I think we're always going to have challenges in society. So I'm proud that Railroad Square, our little 10 acres here, tries to be the welcoming haven, at least in Tallahassee, if not in the world, that everybody is okay once they step on this property.
This is one of those things that was just meant to be. Like, everything just keeps falling into place, one thing after another. Even the people I have working with me, it's like, when I feel like I'm overwhelmed, that someone else has come in and stepped in. And Suze, who's working with me, she came in, stepped in.
And then this line here is going to help you right there when you take this and put the line in the half mark.
Oh yeah.
It won't be too high and it won't be too low.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. My name is Suzanne Nellis, and I'm an artist here working in ceramics at the Able Artists Gallery in Tallahassee, Florida. Art comes from the Great Spirit and Mother Nature, and it's a gift from Mother Nature. It's one of the greatest gifts that can be bestowed upon us. And so what you would do is you would put your little creature there, and you picked a little pony. And ponies, you're in front
I did
of
that
me.
on purpose.
Hey,
I was joking.
Ponies happen to have a meaning of travel. It gives us the meaning of life is that we're supposed to find our gift. And when we find it, we're supposed to share it with others and create happiness in others. And of course, happiness is not real unless it's shared. Well, it can be real to you, but it's more significant somehow. It has more weight somehow when you're able to share your gift with others. So it's a gift that we're given, and we're meant to give it away. We're meant to share it.
So we're always going to have some kind of hands-on experiential art where right now we have the potpourri station where people can come in and make their own potpourri and create their own scents and different colors in their potpourri bag.
We are at the Able Artists Gallery in Tallahassee, and our guests are here to make their own custom blend potpourri. This section here is going to run for 6 months, and it's a sort of a potpourri salad bar, if you will. It's interactive, and you can choose products from the land. You can choose products that have sort of a tropical vibe, and then you head on down to the color table and start adding some color. And then at the very end table, you can write your own gift card if it's for a gift. We got some pretty ribbons too to tie it all off and finish it real pretty.
I am not an artist myself, I love art to look at, though. I appreciate art, even though I am not knowledgeable. I just know what I like and don't like. I'm not an art critic, I guess is the word, but I enjoy art, and that's why I had to surround myself here with the gallery to find people that actually know art better than myself.
And I saw this place and I realized, like, I just want to volunteer. I just really want to be a part of this, however way I can. You know, it was kind of like throwing it into the wind, just leaving my resume right at the door. My name is Jewel Hovland. And then the next day I came by again and Lauren was here. So I gave her another one of my resumes and I talked with her and I realized, you know, just
I think you're actually great on camera.
it was like a godsend for me, and I feel like, you know, for the gallery too, just as a family.
It was how I communicated, because I wasn't really good with words. I've never been really good with words, especially getting my point across. And it helped. It was my way of life. It was pretty much my soul coming out in a picture. And if you could see into my soul, then you understood me. That's how I thought of it. And when people started looking at my art and saying, "That's really good," I was like, interesting. So they think it's good. All right, I'll keep doing it. And then from there, it just became me. It's how I communicate, it's how I live. It's pretty much all that I do. It's how I breathe, pretty much. If I didn't have it, I would be lost. I would be extremely lost.
People start going, "Oh, this is great. You know, this is incredible. I love your art." She now people are actually recognizing she can do something, and constantly, and people are always saying, "Oh, this is so good. It's beautiful. I love that stuff." And you can just see her light up.
When I first got recognition, it was from a guy who bullied me when I was a kid. I didn't understand why, but he looked at one of my pieces. I think it was a wolf, and inside the pupil, it was just of me and sadness. That's what I was feeling at the time. And he cried. He said, "That's really deep." It doesn't have words or anything, but it just, I just had a ton of emotion in it, I guess. And when anyone cries or has any strong emotion to anything, I'm just like, deer in headlights, what the heck? Oh geez.
And through it, I have seen her communication skills continue to improve. They have gotten better and better. And she, you know, I can remember when she first started, we'd go to little art shows and craft shows, and they would say, "Okay, like, you might want to say this, Lauren, instead. You might want to say this, put it this way." I mean, and now she's just got it down. I mean, you wouldn't even know when you first walk in there. She says appropriate things. She's learned how to communicate better. She's getting out there. It's been great. And where she used to come home and just go sit in her room and want to be by herself, she's way more social out and about now. I mean, she's just overall happier.
I don't know what to do, and I was like, "Why are you crying?" Probably put that kind of more blunt than I should, and he got mad and then walked away. I was like, "Oh, okay, shouldn't have said that, but okay." It's just a memory. I'll show you. You want to see it glow in the dark, Ben?
I would like to. I'm all over.
Alright, then come on in.
We get in position.
Come on. Can you close the door?
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm gonna put it over the corner, and then
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Lauren waves a special light over a picture frame that's fractal burned.
quick, and it glows.
That is immaculate.
So we do dining in the dark things for the blind, and I would love it if you could make us some glow in the dark fractal plates.
I do have fractal plates.
People could trip in.
It's a really nice, large space. The opportunities are just have no bounds. There's really, and Karen's really exuberant. I really see some really cool things about to start emerging. There's no cap on it.
I know going for my daughter, it's created a sense of self-worth.
This is the fractal burn part. I just filled it in with glow-in-the-dark resin.
I believe that that's the same with a lot of the other artists, that they actually now have a place where their art is people are looking at it and go, oh wow, that's great, and they get that recognition of knowing they've done something good and knowing that other people are appreciating what they're doing, giving them that sense of self-worth and helping them to be understood through their art a little bit.
My name is Rena Sassano of Purple Lantern Studio, and I'm standing here next to my artwork at Able Artists Gallery in Railroad Square in Tallahassee. I think everybody has something different to contribute, you know? So it really varies from person to person, and I think the great thing about art is that it gives you the freedom to be able to express whatever you want. So for me, maybe art is not only about birth, but it's also about freedom, you know?
I just pick out all the little things that I think are beautiful and I assemble them together to sort of like shed light on the beauty of the little things and how it's the little things that come together to make a bigger whole, and that is nature. So that's what I'm working on right now. My work changes constantly, so I don't know if I'll be doing that much longer, but
That's awesome. Thank you. The art is great, and helps me understand why you like this particular piece of work behind you.
yeah, so I think really what it is the super organic forms, the very gestural art, mark making, the colors too, how they're translucent, blending into one and another, and just how the shapes of the mangoes are perfectly echoed in the leaves into this sort of all over pattern. No, there's just something really simply beautiful about it. And it's a steal. This one's going for $35 by Daniel Main. It's called Star Apples. So, yeah. It's probably my favorite in the gallery at this moment, but
At that price, I'm not sure it's going to be there long.
yeah, that's true. In fact, I might buy this one.
This is the Library of Ueni, and it's from a middle grade fantasy novel that I'm writing called Lumine, and these people are the Imare people, and they live underwater, and the special library, they have all different types of books. They've got kelp paper books, and they have books that are, there's a dry room above here where they can read the books, and there's a special book drop that actually wraps the books in these special plastics so they can view it, so they can get books from above and below.
I think it just means a lot to somebody, you know, it does. It helps to solidify that sense of self-worth. And sometimes it's not even a matter of being purposefully discriminatory or mean, but sometimes it's just a matter of being unaware.
I love to create eyes, and eyes are pathways to the soul, so says me. It's my way of being, I guess. That's where it kind of gets created. It's through what I am in that point of time. I don't really know exactly how to put it into words. Ironic, right?
The more places like Karen's gallery pop up and help with awareness, the better our world will become for anybody with disabilities. It just helps them with a sense of pride, a sense of accomplishment.
My name is Periwinkle. I think having your work in any gallery that is accepting of people who are outside the norm is a very good thing, because it opens up the world to more people who they may not otherwise see. I know that some galleries can be very stingy about things, and some galleries can treat artists like they're not very important.
Art is through perception, and people can perceive art in so many different ways. Maybe if they were mad at one point, they could put reds and hot colors and hot tones in it, and then some people will be like, oh, it's pretty, it's warm times, it's summer, and that person could be on the brink of having a mind break.
So First Friday's a big event that they have in the Railroad Square Art District of Tallahassee, Florida, and
all sorts of music, and everyone gets excited. They close off the streets because there's so many people down here, and there's people in the drum circle, and it's just a big event where and most of the artists that have places in here say that is really what carries them through the rest of the month. It is their main day where they get the most traffic, and lots of places do specials and stuff like that. So it's a really big fun event. We're in a college town between two universities, so of course you get a lot of university traffic in here, and for them it's just like a big old party.
coincidentally, they just decided to start them back up this past Friday, and we had live music from Dave Hillebrand, and that helped bring in more people and made it fun and enjoyable and really added to the night. And it was everything everyone said.
Yet it seems so far away, and I know it's not easy.
I was like, so this is Able Artist Gallery, and and I go, and even the guy over there singing is blind. They were like, really? And I was like, yeah. And so you would never have known it. Another example of somebody who is differently able, and you would never know that they were blind, that he can play just like anybody else.
Well, I actually talked to Karen Walker on Facebook. My name is Dave Hillebrand, and I'm at the Able Artist Gallery. I just thought it was an awesome project that they were doing up here, and she was so sweet to invite me to come on up. And since my wife was from up here, I figured, why not? We'll come up for the weekend and just make it a little adventure.
Okay, is this artist able? Or everybody here is disabled?
We're talking about able artists. We're all able to make art.
Oh, that's what it means.
It's not about the disability, but look at the paint palette.
Blind people and other disabilities have the same feelings and emotions, and quite often the same experience as everybody else. Sometimes a little more complicated life, quite likely, and emotions are what stir us up to make music and art and things like that. So people with disabilities have as much to say, or more so probably, than people without disabilities, I would think.
Right. No, it's gorgeous. But my point is, I just want to know, I thought that everybody here is a disabled artist, right? That's what they showcase.
The paint palette.
Right. It's incredible. That's what I thought.
It's a head scratcher.
It's beautiful, dude.
The sighted world may not have been exposed to blind people making art as of yet, but they soon will be a lot more of, and I think they'll see how much we all have in common in sighted, non-sighted, and other disabilities, where we all want the same type of things, and a lot of times we have the same emotions.
We need to, every single artist needs to be showcased, and we need to think about it in terms of how it's appropriate to them. With Lauren, it was so obvious to me, she works with every different style of wood.
And with artists, that's a way to get those emotions out on either sculpture, is awesome, or painting, or whatever kind of art media you've got. It's basically a way of tapping into those emotions and sharing them with everybody else. So to me, it seems like a perfect combination. It's about time,
No, it's not easy. Got the whole day. There's a bumpy road ahead, and we know it's not the road that chose. We got the whole day. around the bend. Yes, we got to hold tight.
It was amazing. There was tons of people. And they just kept on rolling through, and even though it's supposed to end at 9, they were still rolling in till like 10 o'clock. So it was good, and we were pooped at the end, but it was great. You know, the people really seem to love what we're doing. That we found more artists that we're going to be bringing in the artwork. We had so many people say, "Wow, there's some great stuff going on here."
If you want to do something with Able Artist Gallery, then try it. Put something in, submit something. Well, we might be like, that's amazing.
Karen opened up her gallery not just to Floridians, but the entire world. And there are some cool stuff out there that I know that's going to be submitted that we have no idea, and we're just going to be blown away from someone's artistic genius.
The number one thing I would say is that if you were thinking of starting, man, just start. Get a little sketchbook and take it outside and just draw. Just draw. And if you feel like it's hard for you to hold certain implements, maybe you want to make artwork with nature, like Andy Goldsworthy. He's an artist that just stacks stones up, and now there are artists all over the place that are doing stuff like that. So find out what art material would be the most comfortable for you, and the main thing is to just start, because you'll feel happier if you do.
To any artists watching this is something that you are really passionate about doing. This is your life's goal. This is something that makes you happy. You do it. This is your thing. This is your happiness. This is your escape. Whatever you want to call it, this is yours. And nobody, nothing can take that away from you. Not sight, not sound, not touch, nothing. You can work around it. You can make it work.
Art to me is sort of the quintessential element of what it is to be human.
I create art all the time. It's just my brain going on to a canvas of some kind. So I'm just like, if you like it, you can have it. I am just happy that you liked it. I have books and books and books and books, so if you want one, please have one. I will make more. Rest assured.
I'm going to continue to follow whatever directions and opportunities that come my way for it, and they're already unfolding. I would never have thought some of the opportunities would already be coming in. I can feel that this is needed and wanted, and that I'm being driven to do this for a reason. And so I know it's going to be something great. I don't know what that's going to be exactly, but I know it's going to be something great.
And that was an original tune called Hold Tight. All right, thanks. Thank Karen and the crew enough for putting this wonderful time on, and we're looking forward to maybe making it back again sometime. I certainly would enjoy it.
Ben, you worked hard, and you got to keep this up because it's going somewhere. People are going to love it.
Jewel.
Jewel, good to know you, my friend.
Good to meet you. I just volunteer here, but I love your music.
Me too.
That's awesome.
I'm just volunteering here too.
Yeah,
You know, we're in the same boat.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you doing it. I know it's got to be a passion, you know. But I think it's an awesome idea.
It's the best idea.
Yeah.
This is exactly what the world needs. You know, it's like beautiful space, beautiful people.
Right.
Beautiful.
Yeah, everybody was extremely cool, and it's great to people to be able to do what they love, you know, regardless of disabilities.